If you're watching this right now, it is not a coincidence. This message was meant to find you. I have manifested that only the right people come across this video, and those people are going to move into a brand new era because the sun is finally shining, my friend. And the song comes to my mind, I saw the sun. I opened up my eyes, I saw the sun. And that was so prominent in my mind when I saw this card and I pulled it for you. So this is an indication from your spirit guides, from God, that you are on the right path, that you don't have to worry about making the wrong moves or what you're going to do. Everything is going to work out for you from here on out. So I want you to feel encouraged by this message and to listen until the end, because there's something that's going to come up from this message that you need to hear. And I don't know what that is yet, but let's explore it together. Let's see what the cards have to say, because everything you want is on the other side of this shift that you feel, this chaos. You are at a pivotal point in your life at this time, regardless of when you're seeing this message, regardless of when it came out. And I feel like you know something is happening, that there is a shift and things are going to change for you quite drastically. You're going to be charging forward, celebrating all the progress that you've made up until this point. You're moving into an era where things are a lot more fulfilling, a lot more purposeful, and a lot more emotionally driven. And that means alignment as well, because you want to live a life that doesn't stay rooted in survival. You want to feel good emotions for a change, not just bad emotions. So this is what this shift is about, especially with the sun card. The sun is such a positive, encouraging card, especially in the tarot. It is a very, very, very positively aspected card and is one of the best cards to pull. So the fact that I felt drawn to this deck because this card is sitting right on top for me, sticking out, it needed to be heard. So this is like a message from God, from your higher self, and I want you to connect with that person, because that's the timeline that you're orienting yourself with. And they want you to know that they are with you always. God is always with you, and his presence and comfort in your life, especially recently as you've connected more to the idea of God, you've realized that he's always been with you. And the more you engage with that, the more it reinforces itself that there's nothing that really happens to you that isn't part of your growth. Everything you go through is meant to happen in a way that is highly aspected. This is God's purpose for you, to go through the lessons that you need to go to, the challenges. It's made you resilient. It's made you a leader. And there's a reason you never fit in, because you were highly favored. You've been handpicked and chosen, but you've had to go through certain conditioning in order to become the warrior and leader that you are. So I want you to know that everything that you've gone through that was painful or traumatic was not in vain, my friend. Everything happens for a reason. And I know that sounds cliched, but it's true. It really is true from a spiritual perspective, because we are not victims. Life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. So I want you to feel led and called by this higher power, because it's going to lead you to the promised land, essentially. That's what's coming up for me. And the sun is indicative of the growth that's going to happen. The promised land is very fertile land, and then the sun gives life to everything on that land. It also is intense and hot, but you've been able to handle the pressure lately. I think you've reached this level of resilience that makes you a very capable leader, able to handle the pressure and the heat and the intensity. So there's a shadow side to everything, and when we integrate these things and we realize that the good and bad go hand in hand, we're better able to move through life knowing that this is all part of the process. This is all part of the unfolding. And the sun card is asking you to surrender to that natural force, because it's so moving. But all the seeds that you're planting right now, the sun is giving life to that. It's giving growth to it. And so the combination between where you're at now in terms of being on the promised land and the sun, it's like compounding the growth that's happening. So if it gets intense, then just know that you need to seek shade and rest. But God also provides coverage as well beneath his wings. So I definitely see this as something that is very divine. We have the planetary parade at this moment in time, and even if you're not watching this around this time, it's still applicable to let you know that this alignment is cosmic, regardless of the planetary parade or not, regardless of when you're seeing this. It's restoring balance to your life. You have choices that you are carefully weighing, I feel, that will lead to the goals that you want to achieve. And there might be a lack of clarity and things might be emotionally driven, but these choices that you have will benefit you regardless of which direction you go into, because that's where you're moving into, that no matter what you do, it'll provide provision for you. You will be given the resources, and you will go about that path, that direction, as intended by God, regardless of where it leads. It could end up being completely different at the end of it than it started, but you just need to trust that God is with you, that he is guiding you, and your spirit guides are with you as well. Your highest self, your ancestors, everybody is rooting for you. So the shift you feel within you is very cosmic, it's very divine, and it's almost screaming at you to follow it, to go after your dreams in 2026. I also pulled one of these cards from the Oracle deck. This was right on top as well. Like, you're completing this. You're not even completing this transformation. You've completed this transformation. You've turned into a butterfly. This period in time was like a portal between two different worlds, but now you're completely on the other side, and this is a brand new start for you. So this is asking you to follow your intuition, and that includes following any signs or synchronicities, like following symbols that come up, like reoccurring themes, like the butterfly, for example. You might notice butterflies that could be relevant to you right now. But this is really telling me that your guides are almost pushing you forward, and they're pulling you as well. Like, you're two different forces that are propelling you forward. And I want you to listen to that inner voice, because that is your connection to your higher self, to the divine. And though it might feel chaotic right now, I want you to just relax, knowing that everything is being reorchestrated, reconstitutionalized, to make up for any deficiencies, any problems that are still energetically attached to you. It's like you're ready to move on and leave things behind, but there are still some ties that are trying to hold you back to your old self. And this is why these forces, these higher forces, are trying to push you away from that and to pull you forward, to save you from that. So I feel like that is one of the most important things to take away from this message, is that even though your old version, your old identity is holding on so tightly, it's losing its grasp because the higher forces are pulling you forward, um, whether you're ready or not. And so, because of that, it's important to just surrender. You might be called to move. You might be called to quit your job or to do something drastic to change this trajectory and to really step into this new identity, this new authority. And then you emerge with your highest self when you do that, and it's no longer an external force. It's internally driven, and it's very aligned. You can't go wrong when you dial into your intuition, and this is what this is telling you to do. So listen to your inner voice, because when you don't, it gets louder and louder and louder, and the price you pay becomes bigger and more catastrophic. So at this point, I think you realize that it's worse to stay the same than it is just to take that leap into the unknown. Like, it's more damaging to continue this path that you were on than it is to just go on this new path, regardless of how scary or intense it is. And when I see the Tower card and I see the Sun card, it's a positive shift, but it is very, very intense. This is divine orchestration, which life tends to happen to you in that regard, and it can feel messy, but this is positive. And so when we take it as that way, we are able to surrender more fully to it. And this is what this is inviting you to do as well, to go with that flow and to know that everything is going to work out for you no matter what, because you've always been capable of figuring things out. You've made it through every single day of your life on top of it. Like, you are the one who has made it this far because of your drive and your resilience and your persistence, and maybe your stubbornness. So this is that shadow side integration, the things that people call you out for, like you being so stubborn, or going against the grain despite any bullying or external pressure to go with the crowd. You have said no this entire time. Like, you are ready. And those were the tests that you really proved yourself and why things are going to suddenly work out for you. It's like suddenly everything is clicked. Life makes more sense. You have more clarity, and you're a lot more driven to go after your dreams, knowing that limitations are an illusion that is being dissolved by the light, by the sun coming into your life. It's going to give you a much better perspective, a much better outlook, and things are going to be a lot more positive, including your mindset, which really is what fuels this dream life of yours. It's what makes it attainable. So maybe let's just pull one more oracle card and we'll leave it at that. What else do we need to know? Maybe just one more card. Whatever comes up is the message that you need to hear from your guides. What do they have to say? All decks are linked in my description, as well as the pinned comments if you're interested. One more card. Okay. Travel. Pack your bags. I pulled this up in a recent reading, and I keep pulling the same card, so all my messages are just reinforcing one another, and they're all connected. And it's definitely for the people in this collective. So this is telling me that you are making moves. You're leaving behind the life you no longer align with, and you're traveling. That could be just making moves forward. That could be moving into a new career, into a new country, into a new city, just traveling in general, living life to its fullest. Pack and go, which is also telling me to prepare for massive movement. And that is part of this universal flow that is picking you up and carrying you forward, regardless of you protesting, regardless of you being ready or not. But I want you to pack your bags and to prepare for these moves, because you're moving into a much better life from here on out. So I'm going to leave it at that. If this was helpful or you want to claim this message, put 1111 in the comments right now. Let's make your dreams a reality. Let's make your wish come true. And put in the comments, what do you want to achieve in 2026? Let's support one another and make this happen for all of us, because we are living in a new age where old paradigms and systems are crumbling, and it's because of people like you that are helping usher in a new world. So I just want to say I'm so proud of you. I appreciate all your support. If you want a reading or ritual from me, or a one-on-one coaching session, everything is linked in the description, as well as the pinned comments, including the decks that I use, like I said. Otherwise, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos almost every single day to help you on your journey. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.